All right, let's keep this train moving. Week 10, Saints coming to Carolina. They're 2-6. Not that good. We're now second in division, 4-5 after winning the last two games. Taking care of the Giants barely, and handling the Falcons with their rookie quarterback. Saints are almost worse in the league in passing and running, and kind of mid in defense. Our run game has stepped it up, and our pass defense has stepped up as well. Two guys tied for the league in sacks at 12. I'll take a look. I need to start remember to take a look at the coaches just for fun. Kellen Moore is still their coach. I forgot to do it for the Falcons, but they were Zachary Orr. And because of that mod not being updated, I'm not getting any pictures. That's one of the things I was thinking that hopefully doesn't fuck up once it updates. So it looks like they have a multiple zone run. Yeah, bad offensive scheme. It looks like their quarterback is going to match up, I think. Anything else here? We did have Arch Manning had a good game against the Falcons. It's good to see. Let's do this real quick. So, Trevin Wallace rejected my most recent offer. I may have to definitely sharpen my pencil for the next time. And then we can go ahead and start negotiations on Braden Fisk. I think I'm looking at giving him a 3-year deal because I'm trying to match it up to where when it comes time to re-sign the quarterback, if it's Arch Manning, great. If not, maybe if we can get Lenora Sellers next year, which I'm going to make a priority in the draft to back him up. But either way, right around 3 years after this one, we're going to have to start freeing up some cap space. But until then, we're going to use what cap we have for veterans and whatnot. So if I give him a 3 year, and if I could find someone to kind of replace him or someone that develops before then, maybe I could even see if anyone's willing to trade for him his final year and pick up a draft pick or something. But I'm only going to take ones that I'm not going to force it. I may, if there's a player I'll call him and see if they'll take him. But all right, so he's not that interested. I don't think this one's going to work. But we can just kind of see for now. Give him a 3-year deal. It's a pretty big cap hit, but I think we have the cap for now. Okay, good. So he signed 3-year deal. Next week or before the season ends, I'll get the Trevin Wallace, and then I'm gonna wait till Taylor Moton until the end of the season. He'll probably just be a once per year deal. I think I can sign him and Wallace, and still be good. And so far, he hasn't really shown me anything that tells me it doesn't make it. Oh, okay. Yeah, it doesn't. Uh, he hasn't shown me that. I might very likely might put him on the trade block next year. Unfortunately, he's just not doing anything. But like Excel's look better. We get him back next week. The rookie Nick Harbors look better than he has by far. So I've got no interest in having him as my fourth when he might be a good trade bait. Braden Fisk has really, really shown out, man. Like 2 games, he's gotten like multiple sacks each game, forced fumbles. I was not expecting that. I'd like to see more run stuffing. All right, let's go weekly strategy. So they want us to defend the deep pass. I ain't gonna do that again. I'm gonna defend the short pass again. We did that against the Falcons and it worked out really well. And I'm not gonna. I don't think I want to run inside. We should. I wonder if we should. So their play calling tendencies: zone, man. They don't do a lot of man blitz. I wonder. Should we try with throw it deep? I say we try, man. This isn't a really good team. Let's see how our offense does like that. All right, we'll take a look at their injury report. The Get comes back next week. Christensen a couple weeks. But that rookie, man, he didn't do too bad against Jalen Walker. Jalen Walker got 1 sack, but that was by the time I basically benched everybody. And I moved that rookie right tackle to left tackle. All right, Brian Breezy's out. Alvin Kamara's out. The rookie quarterback's out. Free safety's out, and he was actually up there, I think, in defensive rookie of the year for the NFC. Second halfback's out, so we'll take a look at their depth chart. Spencer Rattler. Oh, dude, Tyler Shuck's not even on the freaking team anymore. Man, this league is. They don't give a flying fuck, bro. Those cut players: Michael Penix, Tyler Shuck. The Bears drafted a quarterback over Caleb Williams. All right, I thought, yeah, this guy's injured, so basically they have Jeremiah Cobb, Devin Neal. Yeah, so they might get some runs on us. We'll see. Olave, Mechie, McAllister. Nothing too special. Josh Oliver, I have a feeling he'll have a game against us. This guy is rated high, but usually he gives up a load of sacks. This guy's pretty good. Okay, maybe. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, so our rookie right tackle is going to be going up against the 1 year veteran. I think was like #1 or #2 overall pick. Granderson, nothing special. Oh, they're running a 3-4. Okay. So yeah, rookie goes up against the old wily vet, Jadavian Clowney. Yeah, man. I mean, I ain't gonna say anything. Let's just say like we need to play a solid game, and we have a chance at a win here. All right, let's get her started. Going all blacks again. You know what? I might want to change it up. Let's go. Yeah, that looks good.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and there's no love lost between these NFC South foes. It's the Saints and the Panthers, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 25.
Spencer Rattler gets another shot.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is in uptown Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they interplay here. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And this coaching staff has to be pleased with how their defense played last week. They held their opponents to 3 points, and that was it. If they get anything comparable to that performance, this one's in the bag.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Saints, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well played.
The shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And a look here now at their fourth-year quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28. And here, Charles, is a look at the inactive, some of the guys that are out today due to injury.
Yeah, and this is where the preseason work comes into play for some of those backups. It's not just them getting some experience on the field, but preparing each week in practice as if they were going to play. And when you have guys like that on your team, you've got a chance for success when the injury bug hits.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Mechie, the man in motion. From the shotgun, Rattler.
Shit, he's going to run for. Get him, yes.
And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. 5 yards, and that means they come up short as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the former Texas Longhorn, their rookie quarterback.
And he's got to be feeling pretty good about himself right now because he's coming off of a strong performance in their team's win last week. And you can just tell, even early in his rookie season, he's starting to get really comfortable out there, and things are starting to fall into place. In fact, in talking to the rival defensive coordinator, the team he's facing this week, he told me this young man's starting to get it.
The numbers for Puka a week ago. 5 catches, 95 yards, and a score.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
To throw is Manning.
Damn.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Exactly, dude, that's the opposite of why we got him.
Manning gonna throw. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a 1st down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Now Manning again. This is caught by McMillan. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Give the rookie another one on this opening drive and a 1st down with it. A nice start, Charles, for the first-year passer. He's come out, made a few plays, nice plays to begin this contest.
He certainly has. And if he finishes off this drive with a touchdown pass, I vote we don't call him rookie anymore. We'll move him right to veteran and continue from there.
To throw, it's Manning. And his throw here is incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. No gain at all on the play there, and that brings up 4th.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their 2nd drive. And the last drive, their 1st drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there. 2nd and 7, operating from the 34. From the gun, here's Rattler. And he's got his man in stride, complete. His first catch, good for 9 and a 1st down. Off the option, he'll try and run with it.
Nice
Only
read.
a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. You look at this Carolina defense. Well, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to look at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey. Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Olave over the middle. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Olave with his first grab, and he also has a first down.
The short pass,
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Finds his man. It's John Mechie. And he's taken down inside the 30. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play. Mechie, the man in motion. Throwing once more. Here's Rattler. Caught by Cobb. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's 2nd down. Throwing is Rattler. That's complete, and once again, it's Cobb. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. This is Neal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Here's Rattler. Caught left side by Mechie.
How are we doing?
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
These fucking quarterbacks, man. These fucking future Hall of Famers. You're rated 60 in the 60s. You're a future Hall of Famer against our
Now
team.
a carry for Cobb. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
Come on.
We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who was shaken up on that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll try again. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw for it with Rattler. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
Sanders' kick is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
The Panthers offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And as you see on the graphic, he's right up there with the best in the league when it comes to throwing touchdowns. Currently second in the NFL at this point of the season. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. 4 yards the pickup, first down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Taken down at the 42. You look at this Saints defense. They enter this one 18th in the NFL in stopping the run.
One thing you do know, they'll be fired up because they're facing a top 5 rushing attack. And even if they have early success against them, they got to remember they got to sustain it because teams that are top 5, they don't stop running the ball if they don't get things done early.
11 yards and a Panther first down. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They go to the ground again with Taylor. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. This defense for the Saints, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling.
Damn, bro, you need to fucking lob that shit over there.
For people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Here's 2nd and 10. The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd and 10. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
There you go.
Damn. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Now Brown. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. The Panthers' offense and their running back getting set to go once more. As we take a look at the league leaders in receiving touchdowns, he is right up there amongst the best in the NFL. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. From just across the midfield stripe, here's a 2nd and 5. Now Manning. They'll find McMillan here, and they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Man,
They picked up
has he
5
seen the
yards
writing on the
last
wall?
time. Now they double it and get 10 here. So from the 39
That's all he needs
now,
to do
they'll
is
come up on
basically
a 1st and 10.
just make sure he catches the fucking ball.
There's a short throw caught by Sanders.
But even if he
is
does
gonna
that,
lose yardage here. He was
I just don't
unable to
think that's
shake
worth
free there, and they'll
what he's
cover him
probably
for a
gonna be
loss of a
asking
yard. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he only manages a couple here, down to about the 38-yard line.
Why do we stutter right before we get into field
that
goal
one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Oh my good. Oh, there you go, T-Mac. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I want to see. I want to see one of those every game.
His 2nd touchdown on the season.
You get one of those close to every game, then we can talk.
And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. 5 plays there on that drive. And Carolina scores to cap it off. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. Brought down on the play by Trenton Simpson. 2nd down and 8. Rattler wants to throw it. This will be complete to Mechie. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers 36. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. On the give, this is their fullback. Shreds him with a stiff arm.
Damn it, bro.
Still on his feet. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year. And the Saints are an extra point away from evening this one up. And I want to give the big guys some credit because he deserves it. But where was the defense there? Because he's not a burner.
I think they fooled him big time by handing him the football. It's not normal for him to touch it very often on a running play. I think the defense was just ill-prepared for that eventuality.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. We have witnessed touchdowns on back-to-back drives. We'll see if the offense can continue this uptick here.
And I know you're looking at me funny. You're wondering when I'm going to get upset watching these guys go up and down field, aren't you?
I wasn't looking at you. I got something in my eye.
That's the excuse that you always use for something like that. Listen, I appreciate good offensive football as much as the next person. When it's played well and is skillful, I'm with it. And right now, this is exciting.
Oh, the defender likes it. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player.
Well, we got him.
Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
1st and 10, Taylor now. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes us all the way down to the 37. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 17-yard line. Manning now to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Now Manning.
There you go. Boom.
Touchdown.
T-Mac with the touchdown.
Great effort there.
Yeah, he heard me.
Second touchdown of the game, his 3rd.
He heard me talking these past few weeks.
And the Panthers have taken the lead. In the second quarter, and
Surprised he's
already
not
his
sabotaging it, so
touchdown
he traded his ass to the
reception.
Rams.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in
But I
this
did
first
tell him,
half. Clearly one of his
they don't
quarterback's
want you
favorite targets in
unless
this
you
game.
start showing
I
up.
figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes it a 17-10 score. So that drive in total 8 plays, and the end result, a Panthers touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The New Orleans offense set to take over. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll throw. Here's Rattler. They're throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They run with Neal. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
Shut up, Charles.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Yeah, he was looking for the check-up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing because To be ahead of a defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. It also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third. The Panthers on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing is Manning. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Run it.
Throwing now is Manning. And he's got his man on the out route. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6.
Take advantage of opportunities.
Manning to throw once more.
There we go.
Gonna be taken in here by Nakua. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 37. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Manning. And he fires one incomplete. 2nd and 10.
If that strong safety drops, you go deep.
Working from the gun, Manning. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 27-yard line. Manning. A quick throw, but
dude,
incomplete.
if you just fucking were accurate. How are you not accurate?
Fighting them on this series because
You're the
it seemed
chosen
like
one.
things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Manning going to throw. And he comes back with one complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. 3rd and 4. Again, they'll throw with Manning. Pass complete there to Nakua.
Oh, dude, I was going to say.
He'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. To throw is Manning. Left side here to Sanders. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
This is the opportunity, man.
Here's Manning to throw.
Damn it.
This will be swung out wide for Taylor. And the Panthers are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked out since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They'll throw now on the final play. He's airing it out for Williams, and that's caught.
What in the fuck is that?
And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half.
This shit's rigged,
the
bro.
prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
I don't know.
And here on the road, that could be a
okay,
huge
number 21. You're
for their
fucking out,
morale in
bro.
the second half.
You're
Every
out.
team has confidence going into
You missed
the
the
start of
tackle
games,
earlier. You
but
fucked
sometimes
this
you get
one up.
rocked a little bit, and this certainly applies here for them. But guess what? Just what you said. This touchdown, can give them their belief back that they can win in the second half.
Sanders now to add the extra point.
Game plan. Still, though.
It's up and good, and the lead's now down to 3 at 20-17. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly.
Eagles.
And in the second quarter, it is the Eagles who are out in front. Jalen Hurts has thrown a touchdown pass. From Philly, we head up to check on the other team in Super Bowl 52, the Patriots in Foxborough. And right now they have the lead over the visiting Dolphins. Demario Douglas, a touchdown reception. Finally, we're out to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And that game all
Giants.
tied up as they host the visiting Giants.
It's sad. Two sad fucking plays, bro. This one right here.
This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating
Ain't no
these
reason
two
for that
teams.
shit.
This is a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
And they'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They fake the handoff. Now Manning. And he's taken down here by the Saints. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Nice.
He's got his target. That's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 40. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
Uncontested catches
territory now.
down the
Here's
middle.
1st and 10.
Getting first
right
downs.
at the 40.
Accurate throws.
Up the middle. Here's Taylor. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 60 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. To throw, it's Manning. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Shotgun now for Manning. That's over the middle to his tight end Sanders. And he'll be stopped short of the first down right around the 18-yard line. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6.
You know what?
Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps a deficit.
Basically, that's for missing that tackle.
Things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. To the air is Rattler. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Williams. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. Now Rattler.
Nice.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. Trenton Simpson, well, he just flew in there to drop it.
They had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad, but a loss like that, you can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did.
12 yards there, good for a Saints 1st down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going, and if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Here's Rattler. He gets it over the middle to Cobb. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's across midfield and finally brought down at the 43. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. Here's Cobb.
Nice.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line.
Simpson having a good series.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Rattler wants to throw it.
Come on.
Short throw caught by the tight end Oliver. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers 35. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this,
and their
you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for them, picking up the 1st down.
Throwing is Rattler. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Nice. Oh, that's it, Richie.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Well, plays like that, Charles, no doubt, they're just going to continue to fuel this crowd.
And this defense is already playing well. but it also feeds on the energy of that crowd that you're talking about, and that takes them up to another level. Right now they're playing really loose. They've got the lead, and what a nice stop they just made there behind the line of scrimmage. Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on third down, and he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a first down.
Broke the one tackle, but couldn't spring himself free. The kick by
Yeah,
Sanders
don't we sometimes
is
lose
good,
to the Saints
and that will
when we
bring the
shouldn't be?
deficit back down to 3.
Shit.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 to 27. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. On play action, now
Deep,
Manning.
go deep, just launch it.
A throw
Inbounds,
left
2
sideline
receivers.
falls incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Run it. Damn it.
And that one to the right side and incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know that there's probably another
That's what I
throw
don't
coming
get,
on
dude.
third down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Sanders has it over the middle.
I don't get it,
He's going to
man.
be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33.
I don't know if I've...
So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be 4th down. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second
Because
time.
we could barely stop their offense.
And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10.
Please do something.
They'll throw. Here's Rattler. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch, not much yardage afterwards.
This is Cobb with a catch right side. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Now 3rd down and 7. Rattler working out of the gun. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a much-needed accomplishment there on 3rd down. They've been forced to punt far too many times already. They needed something to go their way, and they're able to get a new set of downs.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Now Cobb. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
I fucking think it's
It
Drew
goes as
Brees
a
out
gain
there,
of
man.
9, and it moves the chains. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. That's Olave bringing in another
These
one.
fucking
And he'll be
quarterbacks,
taken
man.
down, but
Fuck.
not before he gets into enemy territory. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. He's going to try and do this himself. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
12 more yards there and another first down.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Neal. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Now 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football.
Don't you dare
if someone's
give this
trying to
to him.
throw the ball, and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your
Please get
defense.
to the
Yeah,
quarterback.
he's since being hurt.
Please
He
get
got
to him.
rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Sanders' kick is good, and in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Panthers about ready to take over. And we essentially have a brand-new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest to this 4th quarter. Play action. Manning. Pass complete there to Nakua. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
On play action, it's Manning.
You fucking idiot.
And he can't find
You
anywhere
throw it
to
away
go
when you
with it,
don't need
and he
to,
goes
and you
down.
run it when you
A
can't.
loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Tremendous read and reaction by
Fucking
the defensive
idiots,
tackle.
bro.
And frankly, partner, it's not that often the
got
DTs
fucking
have
Hall
that
of
type of easy
Famers,
access back to the quarterback.
Miller
Never
Moss
bought
and
the play
Spencer
action fake.
Rattler just tearing us
Now
up,
Manning.
and you do this
And
shit.
he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. Able to pick up a dozen yards, but they needed more. 4th down.
That looked great when he first took off, because in my mind, there was room to run, and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close
That's
so
what I'm
quickly,
saying, Dave.
and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line.
Fucking Hall of Fame
The Saints
bullshit.
again ready to go on offense.
Makes zero fucking
Excellent
sense.
job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. They begin the drive on the ground with Cobb. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football. We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He gets this one to Mechie.
Thank you.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. With it is Brown.
Shouldn't be stressful, man.
Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And the Panthers coming out now. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on 1st down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
Again, it's Taylor. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Going to be taken in here by Nakua. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. 2nd down and a yard. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Manning now to throw.
Oh, shit. Damn it.
Throw out wide is incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense.
Lobs it over them
backwards on
when he
this
shouldn't.
drive. Come through
Drives
another
it
one here, and you have them
when he
staring at a
shouldn't.
3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Here we go, stuttering right around the 30 to 40-yard line.
There, a drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
Here's Manning to throw.
Damn it.
And that will be incomplete.
What are we going to do, gentlemen? Punt it again?
Give them credit for excellent coverage.
Let them
tight
drive down the
coverage.
field on
They're
us?
doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory,
Can't stop the
goal
short
is a
passes.
minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They
Let
didn't get
these
that
guys
done.
run through
This
us
time they want to
when it
string
matters.
together a nice drive and help themselves out.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
A big play here as the crowd noise rises.
Stop this shit,
3rd
please.
and 1.
They'll run with
Please,
it.
thank you. Dude.
He's not going to get there.
Big
That
D.
won't even be close.
All right.
It was blown up in the
2-minute,
backfield.
2-minute drill to win the game, please.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And they're looking at 4th down now in this tie ball game. Averaging 50 yards a boot so
Oh, you
far
can
as this
return
one's
this shit.
away.
Get some
It's
yards
taken
on
at
this one.
26.
A very good punt, but a 16-yard return.
And
All right,
will
chosen
come the
one.
offense as they take over.
The Panthers now set to take over offensively.
And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe
stressful.
Doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with him punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting?
I'm pretty sure. I bet you any money you had a receiver open somewhere in the middle.
Maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Back to throw, Manning. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
There was a guy, I think Taylor Sanders was wide open though.
As they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now Manning. He'll find McMillan here. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They come up now on 2nd and 2. Manning to throw.
There we go.
This is caught by McMillan.
Now we can run it, please.
Inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts.
Don't fucking change. I know you guys are stupid. I know you're fucking way stupid. But I would really appreciate it if you just ran the ball.
Here's 1st and 10
Pretty
now.
please.
They give to Taylor out of the gun.
See? Please? Don't fumble.
A tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9. But
Keep
no
doing
further.
it.
Now we'll get a quick timeout.
Maybe you don't even need to fucking rely on the kicker.
2, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They run once more with Taylor. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle.
Do it one more time.
Brought down. Now the Saints will use their
Make it
3rd
really
and
fucking
final
hard for them.
timeout.
If we
As
get this
they'll
field
head to
goal.
the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll try and run for
That's
the
fine.
first
I'm
with
fine with it.
Taylor.
Run the clock down.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And his kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop.
luck, bro. That would have been the one.
With a victory.
So all eyes on the Saints offense. Down by a field goal. A little over 20 seconds to go.
At the end of
half,
half,
this thing pan out. We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. Short throw caught by the tight end.
Tackle him in down. Please, thank you.
Down as that'll
Game over. Game over. It's over. Sorry.
Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner. Although on that last play they were so backed up, it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it, because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded, because we've seen the improbable before. A couple of laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
So for Carolina, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff race as they're back to 500 at 5-5. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Saints, the turnaround hasn't materialized as they fall to 2-7. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons.
282 yards.
And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
All right, they rushed for 88 to our 133. They passed for 260 to our 304. Good game. It's just going to be amazing when he can. Any mistakes can just stop. I don't know if they ever will. I mean, we could have Tom Brady back there. I think he would still do stupid shit. Good rushing stats, except for that one fucking play. Look at that, McMillan with Good game. Okay, that's the kind of shit I want and need to see to want to re-sign his ass. All right. Okafisi gave up one. Tanono gave up one. Oh, Derek Brown, that was clutch, man. That helped us win the game. I don't know how to sacks this game, man. All right. Oh, woof. Barely. Let's see, was there any... I don't think there was any, like, cool plays.
Let's go.
Stop complaining. Yeah, so that's 21, bro. That's clearly his fuck up. Yep. So it's that initial able to get release and then burst to create that window. And that's a good throw. Okay, I think it's time to go take a look at the records, standings. All right, Titans coming to town, man. Cam Ward. I really hope he's not a fucking future Hall of Famer. How are the Rams doing? They have a bye week, it appears. Vikings leading the league. Ooh, okay. I don't know if I want a number one overall pick, man. I mean, shoot, I'll take it for future draft picks, but I'm thinking a mid round's good, but hey. All right, so far we're winning that bet. We're at 5-5, pick 15, or sorry, I don't know what that is. Bears barely pull it off. Box score. How'd Bryce do? Not bad. How about Hudson? Jonathan Brooks doing? Ooh, that's rough. Okay, let's see here. Damn, Bucks keep winning. We're knocking on the door. Who do they have us take right now? Are we mock draft 2, number 1? Oh, okay. Bryce Young. Oh, dude, no way. Um, yeah, dude, I wouldn't. Yeah, I'd want to trade down. Who do I? Dude, he's not even on here. He's not even on here, man. I'm gonna get Lenore Sellers, bro. Lenore Sellers. I'm gonna get him. He's gonna be the backup. He's gonna play some time. Some of these games, maybe preseason game. I might have to televise some preseason games. See how he does in a different scheme that he would fit, but the receivers and the offensive line would fit. So. All right, let's little pre-look up the next game. Okay, they're really bad at offense, but somehow good at scoring. And their defense isn't good. I liked the deep throw. I liked that it just seemed like they were, for the most part, passes were coming out quick, but I didn't really see a lot of deep throws. Do we? I think we get XL back this week. Yeah. And I keep forgetting that our rookie right tackle is actually playing well. All right, Cody Barton's out. Hughes is out. All right, I think that'll do it for this one. Brian Callahan. Pretty good schemes, bro. Pretty good schemes. Dude, and what are the Saints, bro? What the fuck? Oh, fucking dink and dunk shit. Offensive line did well against ours. I don't get this shit, man. I think it's just fucking random bullshit. But hey, so far we're undefeated in the division. Oh, damn it. Simmons. Hopefully, I think Icky would do a better job than Robert Hunt. Robert Hunt gets his lunch stolen from him while he pisses on himself. All right, so 13 sacks through 10 games. I mean, yeah. I don't know if we break that sack record. That's 1.3 a game. That would basically if you kept that pace going, you would meet the sack record. All right, what kind of strategy am I going to be looking at here? I say I don't know. I might have to look at their roster. All right, that's going to do it. I'm going to take a pause for a little bit, maybe till later tonight. I don't know, whenever I feel like watching some more Panther football as we try to get into the playoffs. 7 games left. Hopefully we can go into the bye week looking good. 6-5. Who are the Bucks facing this week? The Rams. I wonder if Bryce Young has any magic. All right, that'll do it.